Hey guys, I apologize. This is my third video. I'll try to be quick here. Um, the reason there's a third one is because apparently my memory and storage was full and I didn't clean it out, so it shut me off on my last video. So I was talking about Mike and trying to send a lesson to people that work hard, but also acknowledged he didn't try to pretend. I hate people playing pretend. So anyway, after that, I walked into town and I didn't know where I was going. Hadn't had a place yet to set up yet or anyone speaking to me. So I stopped at the little gazebo in town here in Catoosa. Met the ugliest bird I've ever seen as he strutted up this gazebo with me. And a little funny incident, I guess. Maybe it wouldn't have been funny, but funny. I was sitting there, it was Labor Day, so there were two restaurants across the street from me. And I didn't quite know where I was in town. And I left my bag up in the gazebo. And it just brings back a situation from earlier in my journey that I'm wondering about. So I walked behind these two buildings to see if I could look downtown and see if there was anything there. And like I'm walking back around, the Tulsa police roll up on me. I guess I was a threat. There were two of them in the SUV. So hey officers, how are you? And I said, how are you? I said, hey, I'm just, can you follow me? And give them my card, and so they know what I'm doing. At first, the driver kind of looked very quizzical. The gentleman, the officer in the passenger seat, certainly seemed pleasant enough. They were both pleasant, but the first guy kind of looked like, what the heck was I doing walking out from behind this building per se. So I said, I got my stuff over in the gazebo. I didn't know where the next place was in town to kind of go sit down and rest and figure it out. Again, usually I like to go to a diner or a watering hole. And I said, yeah, there's a McDonald's and a Wendy's and an IHOP up the way there. So I'll go grab my stuff. They say, yeah, we saw your stuff over there. So I don't know if they saw me and thought maybe I was some homeless vagrant looking to sleep in the gazebo for the night. I don't know if they received a phone call that said, hey, some guy's just sitting here doing nothing. Because when I got in there were like 3 or 4 cars just in this area kind of looking on their Wi-Fi and their phones. So I don't know. But I got a kick that, again, I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't there for more than 15 minutes. And the police were rolling up on me. So in some ways it's a pretty decent thing that there's a presence that's that concerned, or even if it's citizens that are calling that concerned. But the worst day of my journey that I had started with the police being called with someone telling them I was either sleeping or dead, which was neither. I was just sitting down on my phone. Anyway, and if you don't know that story, go back to probably week 3, or probably week 3 in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. Anyway, so at that point, people had started to reach out to me. I was talking to my family, my kids, and I guess somebody, a church in town, had caught wind that I was coming through, and they were trying to find a place for me. And I was speaking to a young lady through email that was saying, "Hey, we're going to try to get you a place. The pastor would put you up, but her husband's got, pink eye and pneumonia. We don't want you getting that." And I said, "No, I prefer not to have that, but I'll certainly pray for his getting better." And I said, "Thank you." And at some point they said, "Look, if you don't find something, we'll put you up at a hotel." I said, "No, I don't want I don't want the church to be spending money on me. Guys, really, a patch of grass will do just fine for me." Well, anyway, I had to start packing up and heading on down, and I received a text from a couple that had, and I'm going to be careful at this moment in time. And I'll tell you why. So I received a phone call or an email from a couple saying, "Hey, heard about you a few times back. You stayed with somebody we know dearly. It's a relation, and would love to get to meet you, maybe have some dinner and see what we can do for a room for you." So I said that by the time I said that's fine or thank you, or where you at, I kind of give them the cross streets I was at. They're rolling up on me, and I get out and I like to kind of meet these folks and hear their story. Um, and they're like, "Hey, we got you a room," and guys, you in the rooms. I mean, I don't want to be unappreciative. I got to receive humbly, so I'm in a room. Um, I'll talk about the room later on. It's not that not a beautiful room. It's a new hotel, but these folks, when they built this hotel, I think made a couple mistakes. But anyway, um, so I said, "Look, why don't you go get washed up, and we'll come by and have some dinner with you, and we'll bring you some dinner, and we can get to know each other a little bit, and you can have some time to yourself, and enjoy the night and call your family, do whatever you want to do." So I said, "Oh, I really appreciate that." So I got a hold of my kids. I got in the shower, got cleaned up, and I'm across the street from the Tulsa Hard Rock Cafe and Casino. So I'm seeing their marquee going up with concerts. And like I said, one day I thought, as I was walking through, if I had no place to go, I wonder how a casino would react to me if I walked in with my backpack and just sat down at one of the eating establishments in there. Would they not let me in with a backpack? Would people look at me like I'm crazy and homeless? Would people even care? Because gamblers tend to get in this, tunnel vision mindset, this fever pitch of gambling. So who knew? Anyway, I just said I come across the street. But so they called me up a while later, said, "Hey, he's gonna come pick you up. Come on to our house for dinner," and I did. And the reason I'm not sharing their names or pictures at this moment, anyway, is because there's a story there, and it's a story of redemption, and it's a story of at least one of the parties that had a good upbringing and lived in a great community, a great family, well known in the community, but she got lost, and made some decisions that probably were made out of pain, and got involved with some wrong people, and some things happened, and there's and I don't know, I don't want to go into too much detail on that, but that was what was funny about the night was that through dinner, the husband was almost like a little kid in this regard. That's not saying he's a little kid. He had a lot of questions for me, and really good questions. One that I thought were appropriate, and a lot of times when I get with folks, they're kind of fascinated by what I'm doing, but I don't know if they're afraid to ask questions, or the questions don't come up, or maybe I just cover them with my long rambling answers. Even when I do my live streams, which I haven't scheduled one for this week yet, and I probably need to, even my live streams, I don't get a ton of questions, but I certainly talk a lot as I'm doing my third video now. Anyway, so he asked a lot of questions, and they're like, "Well, let's get you back to the hotel," and we're going. I said, "No, you guys are the story." And he's like, "We're not much of a story." She said, "Yes, we are." And then she went on to share a lot of this with me. So between the short drive back to the hotel and sitting in the parking lot, I'm also going to meet them, or her at least this morning. So that's why I'm not sharing too much with you. But there is a story, and it's not a pretty story per se, but it's a beautiful story, and there is a message there. I just don't want to talk too much about it right now, because I kind of got it on the way out, and I don't want to be respectful and not, I don't know what people are comfortable sharing. But there was something that why they were drawn to me. There's something, a message that I definitely want to carry and was drawn to them. And it's just crazy how this whole thing is happening. So I'm going to leave it at that right now. After that, I came back and I watched Virginia Tech. Early in the year, I predicted Virginia Tech Navy in the NCAA football championship. Virginia Tech destroyed last night. Virginia Tech destroyed Florida State last night. Navy got beat up pretty bad in their first game, so they're going to have a hard time getting to the championship with an early season loss, but don't give up hope. But Virginia Tech made it known that they mean business this year, so they're going to be my national champion prediction. You heard it here first. Anyway, let me run now, guys. It's my third video. I don't want to bog you guys all down. I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for listening if you're still hanging on this far. I'll get you updated later today. Heading into Tulsa for at least tonight and maybe probably tomorrow, depending upon what happens and who I meet. And I'll keep you updated. Thanks, guys. Love you.